So he's a spy, and she's an assassin, and she is a psychic. And this is Spy X Family. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Maddie, I'm your doctor from the UK. Today we're going to be looking at one of my favourite comedy anime shows of this season. So this is a little bit embarrassing. Although this is my favourite show, I don't quite know how to pronounce it. I don't know whether it's Spy X Family or if the X is silent and it's just Spy Family. What do you think? Let me know down below. Now this show is full of action, funny, memeable moments, and plenty of heart. But today we're going to be following the character Yor, and we're going to be looking at some of the scenes involving her and her drinking habits. And just as a reminder, I want to thank everyone for subscribing to the channel and getting us to 75,000 subscribers. And as promised, I've started working on my new anime opener, Baldy the Grappler. Hopefully I can release that one soon, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on that one. And without further ado, let's begin.
何ですか？アーニャクイズ作る。
お、いいじゃんいいじゃん。
母は何でもいい。ゴーン。
So the one thing I've learnt from Spy Family is that Yor really loves drinking. But when should you worry if you have a drinking problem? Well, I guess the first thing to say is that different countries might have different recommendations for what they consider a safe quantity of alcohol. In the UK, this is 14 units spread across the week. Any more than that, and it's considered that it may have health consequences. And putting that into perspective, one bottle of wine has up to 10 units of alcohol. So as you can see in this scene, she's got 2 bottles of wine. So that's 20 units all at once, which is what we would call a binge.
ロイドさん、この小型機どうされたんですか？すごいですね。
ああ、これは仲のいい同僚に貸してもらったんですよ。ははは。
いつもCCがお世話になってます。
Well, clearly Yor is incredibly gullible in this scene, which seems to be a trait that she shares with her brother.
結婚のこと伝え忘れてたのを忘れてたからです。
姉さんがそういうのならそうなんだね。ごめんよ。
納得した。
But does alcohol make you more trusting or gullible of others? Well, it's been shown that alcohol can act on GABA receptors in your brain. And what they do here is they impair the activity of the brain circuits that make us feel anxious. And at even higher doses, it's been shown that alcohol inactivates other circuits in the brain that control fear. So combining someone with a gullible personality with a reduced sense of fear is likely to get you into some risky business.
さあ行け、最強の魔女ヨリティシア。
I love the contrast in the 2 different characters or personalities of Yor when she's sober compared to when she's drunk. And some people might find that they're more aggressive or get into more trouble when they're drunk. But what's the science behind this? Well, one prominent theory is called alcohol myopia, and this proposes that alcohol reduces our ability to think straight and narrow our focus. And as a result, we may miss out on social and environmental cues that allow us to rationally interpret the situations that we're in. This means that if someone provokes us when we're drunk, we may rise to the bait rather than thinking of the consequences, which can lead to violent and angry outbursts in people who would otherwise normally shrug things off. And that's why it's sensible to have a sober friend with you if you're intending to go out drinking. Clearly here we can see that Yor is a really skilled fighter, but what swept her off her feet? Well, it's probably commonly known that alcohol dulls the part of the brain that controls how your body normally works. And as the concentration of alcohol in your bloodstream rises, your behaviour and body functions change. At first you may feel happy and less inhibited. Several drinks later and you'll probably slur your words, have double vision, and possibly lose your coordination.
Very elegant.
In fact, I used to see this every Friday night with people coming in with self-inflicted injuries because they were just so intoxicated. So please, drink responsibly.
ね姉さんはまさかロイロイとかロッティとか？
あー、ロッテー、うわー、できたー、うわー。
通にロイドさんですよ。
So here we meet Yuri. Now, Yuri is Yur's brother, and clearly he's mistrusting of Loid, and he's probably a bit emotionally overwhelmed when he finds out that his older sister has secretly been married for a year. Now, drinking alcohol can actually be healthy for you, depending on whether you have a good relationship with drinking sensibly. However, sometimes people use alcohol as a crutch to better cope with life, and that's really where you run the risk of running into harmful alcohol consumption, where some people drink to escape life's problems or even just to get drunk. And it's when you've had habits like this for a period of time that you run the risk of developing alcohol dependence or even addiction. And if you feel that you can relate to this and you're having a rough time with alcohol, I'd really recommend that you go and talk to your doctor. There's a lot of help out there.
ちょっと料理ができて顔が良くて背が高くて気遣いができるだけの医者なんか
ユーリ落ち着いて。
ブライア家は酒癖が悪いのか。
Okay, I think it's pretty clear that both Yuri and Yor have a low tolerance for alcohol, and this is given away by the fact that they both get this rosy cheek appearance, as well as their erratic and crazy behaviour only after drinking such a little. And there is some science behind this. If your cheeks go red after consuming alcohol, you're not alone. More than 1 in 3 people who have East Asian heritage have this facial flushing when they consume alcohol. And in these Asian populations, it's due to a deficiency in an enzyme that breaks down alcohol called aldehyde dehydrogenase. Now, because of the deficiency in this enzyme, there is far less alcoholism as well as alcohol-related cancers in this population group. And this is because people feel so bad after drinking that they tend to drink very little, if at all.
大丈夫？ほら、水。
姉さんはこんなやつのどこを好きになったんだ
Okay, so Loid is now trying to sober up Yuri by giving him some water. And drinking plenty of water can really help with dehydration that often makes the sensation of feeling drunk far worse. Other things you can do to offset this feeling is eating both before, during and after you're consuming alcohol, as this slows the absorption of the alcohol into your bloodstream. And there are plenty of myths out there around sobering up, such as drinking coffee, taking a cold shower, or sweating out the alcohol, and these really need to be busted. Unfortunately, none of these are going to work once the alcohol has reached your bloodstream. At that point, you're just going to have to wait it out.
やはりな、この問答。これはオスタニアの情報機関が使っている作り話のマニュアルの一つ。他国へ渡航したと偽装する時のテンプレートだ。つまり、この話は真っ赤な嘘。
Okay, so this is pretty interesting. Loid has tried using alcohol to get Yuri to loosen up and almost lower his defences and come forward with information to confirm that he is a government agent. But does alcohol work as a truth serum? Well, although ethanol is listed as a psychoactive drug, it's rarely been used as a truth serum. The most common truth serum out there is something called sodium thiopental, which was previously used as an anesthetic.
Do you understand?
Yes.
I guess the long and short of it is that alcohol can't make someone say something that they weren't already thinking or feeling. So what you do say likely reflects what's going on internally, and in that case, it would be a truth serum.
ちょっと待ってください。わざわざ邪魔してやるのです。行きますわよ、ダーリン。
I love how this scenario just keeps escalating, with now Yuri asking them both to kiss one another to prove that they are truly married. And as you see there, just before she does, Yuri takes a swig of the wine to build up some of that Dutch courage. But how does this make you more confident? Well, taking a swig of alcohol, especially if you're a regular drinker, causes your brain to release a flood of dopamine. And this chemical dopamine is associated with pleasure, and as a result can make you feel more powerful and confident. Also, alcohol directly impacts the part of the brain involved in good judgment, so you may end up doing something that you later regret. And so finally here we see them both lashing out at one another. And funny enough, there is an interesting reason for this escalation in physical behaviour, and that is that alcohol can negatively impact the part of the brain that helps you to determine if a threat is life-threatening or not, and it does this through modulation of serotonin levels in your brain. That and alcohol impairing our judgment and our ability to make rational choices often leads to an escalation in physical violence, which if you think about it might explain how easy it is to get into a bar fight just by nudging someone. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Give this video a like, and why not let me know if you have any other recommendations. In the meantime, you might want to check out one of these 2 videos. Otherwise, as always, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks.